Hello and welcome to a new vlog on the channel. So a bit of a different one this. This is actually going to be, I kept a vlog through, or tried to keep a vlog through the process of making the recent brief history of the Ratatouille rides. Thank you so much if you have watched that video. There were some lovely comments and I'm just thrilled that you've enjoyed it as much as like I enjoyed putting it together. There was a lot of head scratching and patience needed and lots of test footage in order to make it all come together, which like you'll get a glimpse of it within this video. So that is something to stress. I know that not everyone wants to find out, you know, the secrets behind the curtain, and not everyone wants to know exactly how things are done. So if that's something that doesn't interest you, then yeah, I wouldn't watch this vlog, because I'm going to give away how certain things were done and like the process of putting together the different shots that were included. And also, you know what I'm like for spoilers. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert. If you have not seen the actual episode of A Brief History of the Ratatouille Rides, then I urge you to go back, watch that, and then come back, and then you can find out about the making of it. But yeah, it was so much fun. It was about 4 or 5 weeks of like non-stop working on it every single day. You'll see like within some of the footage that I finish work at 5 and then I'm straight. I have something to eat and then straight into working on it in the evening. So yeah, thank you to Helena for not minding me sort of being a bit absent over the last month. Been a bit busy, but yeah, I'll crop up again later on, because like I said at the beginning, I tried to keep the vlog going, but there was, as we got closer to the actual like release date of it, the upload date, then I didn't have time to vlog, because I was too busy like editing and tinkering all the way up till the video going out. So yeah, if you've not seen The Brief History, go back and watch it, then come back and watch this making of. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it. I liked documenting in little bits how it all came together, because a lot of you said it must have been quite hard work, and it was, but it was very fun, and I loved trying to think about how I could actually do stuff. But anyway, enough of me rambling on. Let's start with the vlog. So this is me finally starting the next Brief History video. Fingers crossed we get it done. So the first shot, sorry, I've moved out the light. First shot is going to be me, this is like a Quantum Leap tribute, a show called Quantum Leap, which actually is coming back, but whenever he'd leap into somebody, if you don't know the plot of Quantum Leap, he used to leap into lives of people and then try and put something right that wasn't wrong. But every episode would start with him like being shocked, and he would say, "Oh boy." So I'm putting that in. Sound recording. I'm on the screen. Gotta make sure I don't move out of this. So it's day 2 of A Brief History of Ratatouille, the rides. By rides I mean like Disneyland Paris and Walt Disney World. And so yeah, I managed to get quite a bit done yesterday, and a couple of like of the effects that I'm using, I managed to do like little testers of, because I think what I'm gonna have to do is like piece it all together roughly and then go back and like tidy up and stuff. But I was pleased to see that it did sort of work, and I showed a bit to Helena and she's like, yeah, that looks good. So yeah, what I'm doing first is I'm doing like a lot of the just talking to camera stuff, or talking to a different character. And then I will try and do some of the other like more intricate bits. I had storyboards. So these are the very poorly drawn, let me see it because the reflects, very poorly drawn storyboards. Not a storyboard artist by any stretch. But these are all to do with the old flat and the layout of the flat, so that we had in Windsor. So it's like, it's completely different to where we are now. So I need to think as I go, I need to try and work stuff out, and I'm going to use a wrestling figure that I have upstairs, and that's going to be like how tall I am in the video, and I'm going to use that to like sort of figure stuff out and shadows and things like that. So yeah, got a busy day ahead. I'm excited. I'm glad that I've finally started because I've put it off for so long. I've just done the one-sided conversation for me talking to my version of Anton Ego, the cosplay version. The funny thing is I'm showing you this because I've highlighted on the page different colour, and the reason that some of the lines are orange is because many months ago, when we lived in the flat, I actually recorded the Anton-Ego side of the conversation, but since then I accidentally deleted it all, so I have to do it again. But for this bit, like, I'm not entirely sure yet where I'm going to put in Anton-Ego, so I have just recorded from like so many different angles. I think I did that scene about 3 times, multiple ways of saying each bit. It was almost like doing voiceover work. I imagine, because it was like I would say the line and then say it again a different way. I am going to need Helena for a couple of scenes as well, because I think since when we did the Pirates one, Helena made an appearance, and like since then I was like, oh no, Helena needs to be in each of them, so we'll try and figure out ways to put Helena in. Oh, this shirt, by the way, I love. It's Ratatouille shirt. I got it from Amazon actually, but I need to check the company that like made the shirt. It's so weird because I did another scene where I was talking to somebody, and it's me talking to Helena, but obviously she wasn't here, so I was just doing it to nobody. So I hope it turns out okay. We are bringing in now the Aston Martin. If you've seen the video, you'll know why. If you haven't, then go and watch the video first before seeing all the behind the scenes stuff. But yeah, I need to try and get this so that it looks like I'm driving it. So we've got on a table, I've covered the table in the green cloth, and then you might notice that I've got somebody who's sitting in for myself inside the car, and it's actually Beaker from the Muppets, which I got from Legoland a few weeks ago. So yeah, he's going to sit in there so that I know where to position myself. There's Beaker. Thanks so much for being my double in that scene. No, I'm afraid you won't be in the final cut. Oh, I think I'm going to have to call it a day. I've done quite a lot, but like, I'm a bit exhausted now from having to move the camera and everything and do all little bits and bobs, so I think I'm gonna stop now. I managed to get quite a few scenes done, some things to play about with on the editing side. I'll keep you updated as we move forward, but yeah, I'm gonna have lunch now, I'm gonna take a break, and then I'm gonna head on to the editing. So the madness continues. It is 8:30 on a, what day is it? On a Wednesday. This is the 3rd time that I've worked on a brief history of the Ratatouille rides, and yeah, it's 8:30 at night, so I've just caught the bug of like, I'm near getting all the visual sort of, I call them visual effects, I mean just things I'm winging and trying to piece together. Yeah, so I've almost finished like all of the effects shots in terms of like filming them. So I think that's what I really just want to get those all done, like get all the green screen work done, apart from I need to like do in front of green screen to do the presenting bits about the rides. But in terms of like the other stuff that's going on, it'll be nice to have all that green screen stuff done. But I've been making quite a good bit of progress. So here in Final Cut, I've got some, what I've been doing is I've been testing everything to make sure that I can actually put this together and that it's just not a waste of time. So like here I've got example of what happens when you put the magical chef's hat on. I'm sorry about the hair. I just filmed it last night while we were watching Bake Off, actually. And then like here, being the size that I want to be, just tested that out. Driving the Aston Martin with the Woody. So like it's when I've done stuff like this, so like I test out to see if it works, and when I see that it is actually working, it just gives me a bit more like inspiration to actually follow it through and get it finished. So yeah, that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to carry on, get a few bits and bobs done. I've added a few lines to this particular scene, so I just need to record that. I'm a bit hot. Success though, and I was able to sneak in some like, what I like to do is sort of sneak in little tributes to actors or stories, TV shows, films. So the two that I managed to get in today, well, like the transformation with the hat, the chef's hat, is actually based on The Mask, and I've tried to do it like, not shot for shot, but like I've sort of copied that, the way that he first puts on the mask, the first transformation. Sort of try to do that with the chef's hat. And then I just decided to put in a line, because there's a scene where the Hoover's coming towards me, and I thought I would take a line from, I think it's Skyfall, one of my favourite lines James Bond does, where he's like, oh, look, there's a train coming. So I've put, oh good, there's a Hoover coming. Tonight I'm going to be Anton Ego. So I asked Helda if she would mind making me look a bit like Anton Ego from Ratatouille, and this is the result. So this character is going to talk to the Martyn character, me, in the brief history. Yeah, we're going to have a bit of dialogue back and forth. So I've already recorded the Martyn side of the conversation. So now it's time to have some fun with Anton Ego. So that's a wrap on Anton Ego. I think these were Santa fancy dress costume glasses that I got for this video. But yeah, I was panicking there because I was like, if there's something that I haven't done, I don't know if I could look exactly like this again for continuity. But I'm pretty sure I've covered everything. I even covered multiple eye lines in case. But yeah, that's it for this particular face. But yeah, I'm gonna pack everything away now. Not gonna do any more today. And then we've got a little schedule of what we want to get done next. Sorry, you probably can't take me very seriously looking like this. It's appropriate that we're filming this around Halloween. Perfect costume right here.
Hello everyone. This is my first appearance on the behind the scenes vlog. So I have been called to set today. I'm still in my onesie, about to reveal my costume. And when I say costume, it's just my normal clothes. Because I am playing myself, aren't I?
You are. The thing with these brief histories is that it started out with just, well, the first one was really basic. It was like just me, and then from Pirates of the Caribbean one, you were in like one scene, and then the Star Wars one. You gotta go and watch that one. But I've
got a few cameos, making my cameo in the Ratatouille one. So yeah, we are gonna be filming. It's quite a short scene, isn't it?
This bit has no dialogue in, so.
Yeah.
And I'm on my break from lunch, so that's why we're doing it now.
Yeah, we're doing it very quickly now. But yeah, I'm gonna de-snuggie, and then we'll get filming. Where's my cup of tea on set?
There's one here, you've already made it.
I made that myself.
That was about 40 minutes work. How much do I owe?
$1 million.
$1 million?
$1 million per episode. Like the Friends cast.
All these demands. But yeah, we've just filmed some bits and pieces. It's basically just me trying to explain.
I'm excited to see it all come together.
Trying to explain what's happening, and then hopefully when I put it on the computer, it does look like what I was explaining. But
I'm
yeah,
excited.
It's taking
You'll
shape.
be good.
I have to get it done this week because
we both need haircuts.
I started filming and I was like, I can't get a haircut now because I need to look the same, and it's just wildly out of control at the moment. So yeah, well, I haven't booked it yet, but I need to. But it's going to be booked for this week, later this week. So
and me.
The plan is to get.
So you've got a wedding next weekend that we need haircuts for.
The plan is to get everything filmed by Wednesday evening. That's my plan.
So we can cut our hair on Thursday.
Yes. Is that okay?
Yeah, but let me check. Let me check the.
Well, you might be done by Tuesday actually.
Okay.
Tuesday night.
Okay.
It's just I'm filming all the info bits on Wednesday.
Okay. Wednesday might be better for me.
Alright, right. Cool, blimey. Welcome back. It is the 30th? Yeah, tomorrow's Halloween. It's the 30th of October, and I'm gonna do a few sort of like, not really pickup shots, they're actually things that I've just thought I need to have in, just to move things along a bit better. So I've actually extended the green screen, so I've had it like vertical most of the time doing the shots, because obviously like my whole body has had to be in the majority of everything, but I've put it longer so that I can do some walking acting, and then hopefully it looks like I'm getting about the house. So now we've been back for a little bit. We've filmed a scene in the kitchen. The first scene I've done with an actual person. So we did that, and now this is the trickiest bit. This is actually having to cook the amazing Ratatouille dish. You know, obviously in the video it says that I'm doing it without a recipe, but that's not actually what's happening. We are going off of a recipe, and it's actually from, I think it's tasty.co, and it is, what's it called? Just called Ratatouille. But then if you go on YouTube and put in tasty.co Ratatouille, there's 6 warm and hearty Ratatouille recipes. So I'm actually going to watch this video, and then I feel bad because I'm having to make you make it for the video. But yeah, hopefully it tastes nice, because I think there's going to be quite a lot of it. So it's the last day of filming like anything for this that I'm in. Or Helena's in. Like the other stuff I'm gonna have to film is just background plates for the green screen stuff I've already done. So this is like quite a moment. It's, you know, it's taken me just being dedicated to it and doing it every day and filming, even when it's late, which it currently is at the minute. It is 8:20. So I'm going to film now the info bits. So the talking to camera about all the facts and trivia, and I've really enjoyed putting all this together. I did it mainly over the last couple of days. There's a lot of info. The biggest problem I have is trying to remember it all, because I don't have an auto cue, so I've just got to try and get it in my head and then go for it. So it is Friday the 11th of November, and I haven't picked up the camera in a little while to document sort of what I've been doing, just because I wanted to try and get things done. I've picked up the camera because I'm filming the last 2 bits, and then all the filming is done. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pop the camera inside my Lego Aston Martin, and then pull the Aston Martin along by the string, and then that's going to give the effect that I need for when I'm actually inside and driving the Aston Martin, which you will have seen in the brief history. And then after that, the final scene, the final shots, are going to involve me sitting next to Woody, watching Toy Story. Here's the star of our show.
Boy, am I glad to see you.
Yeah, like doing this video, I just thought at the end, wouldn't it be cool if like I lived some childhood dreams? So yeah, in this scene, Woody is my best friend. Oh, I don't know if I've mentioned, so I think I mentioned earlier on in the vlog that Beaker was my reference point for when I was in the Aston Martin, but for the rest of the time, this has been me. This has been my reference. So in case you don't know, I'm a big fan of pro wrestling, and so when I was a child I had loads of wrestling figures, and I still do. They're all at home in Newcastle, but I do have just this wrestling figure which I thought was perfect size. So I tried my hardest to maintain the right height and the right size of myself throughout. Tried to avoid cats and become all sorts of different heights. But there's only one scene where I allowed myself, like there was no way around it, I had to change my proportions in order for this thing to work. So the only time, fingers crossed, that my height changes in order for something to work that I wanted to do in the brief history is when I'm driving the Aston Martin, because well, as you can tell from when I showed Beaker at the start, he was a lot smaller than this. So that's the only time, and I hope you allow me that, because I thought it was cool and I wanted at least once to drive an Aston Martin. Okay, so it's at this point that I stopped actually recording anything for the vlog, because yeah, I just started editing. So like what I'm gonna do now is just put in a little brief montage showing the effects from without having any effects on them to having the different effects on them. So yeah, it's like a nifty little montage where you'll just see like what things I added and how they affected what I just filmed in front of a green screen. So then once I finished the effects, it was about sound, trying one of the things that is hardest, I think, is sound. I filmed lots of things on different days and in different environments, and then I just couldn't get sound right on something. So there are actual scenes where I was a Foley artist and I was creating the background noise, and I will tell you that one scene in particular that is all dubbed is the scene when I'm hiding from Helena and I notice Helena picks up the bag of rubbish and goes to the door, locks the door, all that sort of stuff, and goes upstairs. That none of that sound is actually Helena. It's me. A few days later, I had the footage on my phone, and I timed it so that I would watch the actions of Helena, and then I would pick up the bag at the same time, and then do all the movements and the steps at the same time. Once I had like the rough cut, I showed it to Helena, and Helena was responsible for you know, being in the video and making it special that way. But Helena gave me some great ideas once, like I'd done the edit, and then said, oh, I think it would be good to have music here, and Helena was right. So we put that secret agent music over the top of Helena trying to see if she could spot anything as I was hiding, and then also the little melancholy music as I'm sort of talking about I have to do it without the recipe, and it really added to it. So yeah, thank you Helena for suggesting those things as well. A massive thank you goes out, like I said in the actual video, to the Kershaw Adventures, who offered to film bits for me. So they knew, I mean, they filmed the footage for me many months ago. I had this idea for this brief history of Ratatouille rides. I can't even remember. It wasn't long after the previous one, the history of Star Tours, because I remember coming up with the idea and pitching it to Helena, and Helena was like, how are you going to do that? And I was like, I don't know. So yeah, I've had it as an idea for ages. So the Kershaws, they filmed that footage for me a long time ago, and it just really added to the final episode. So thank you so much for taking time out on your trip to film those bits, because you said, is there anything that you need? And I said, oh, it'd be great if I got shots of these, and you sent me those shots, so thank you so much. And then there's a big shout out to Dave from Sophie and Dave. Brilliant vlogs, and great friends. And I was coming up with the end of the episode, so it was different in the original script. So in the original script it was somebody actually coming over, having dinner, you know, friends coming over, and while I'm in the kitchen, they pick the book from the shelf. So it was everything that Dave was saying in the speech, but it was going to be actually acted out. And then I just got to the point where I was like, I don't have time to organise. So I thought maybe we could do a voice message. And the first person I thought of that does a very good voice message, I love getting voice messages from him, is Dave. And it was the weirdest message. I just sent him this message on WhatsApp, like outlining the idea. I was like, this is gonna sound strange, but I'm doing a brief history, I'm gonna shrink. I explained the plot, and then like without any hesitation he said, yeah, I'll do it. And then yeah, so it's been out, and you've been saying that you have been enjoying it, which is music to my ears. It means the world. I love, you can probably tell, I'm very passionate, and I love creating these styles of videos. One of the reasons that I didn't do the video is because I think it was just a lack of confidence, and I didn't think I'd be able to pull it off. So this video really gave me back a lot of that confidence. I'm gonna start thinking, I'm gonna start thinking about the next ride that we can do for a brief history. So I'd love to hear some suggestions as to what you think the next brief history should be. Like I said in the brief history video, if you enjoyed the video, then please like it, comment, share. It really helps the video. That would be fantastic. So I hope you enjoyed this little behind the scenes vlog. I don't know what to do with myself now, because I don't have the video to work on. And oh, happy Doctor Who Day as I film this. The first episode of Doctor Who came out on this day, 23rd of November 1963. My favourite TV show of all time. But that's it for this vlog. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time. Toodle Pipski!